That's better. 1, 2,
There's a lot of things that I came in here thinking I knew, I didn't know.
I have friends of mine who cannot understand how I have been doing this for so long for free.
I didn't expect to be here more than 3 years at the most.
If anybody ever got rich in public radio, I don't know about it.
This is 90.1 WGMC Greece Rochester, a public service of the Greece Central School District and official media.
Jazz 90.1 went on the air back in 1973 as a student-run radio station out of Greece Central School District. The station went on the air just a couple of hours a day, broadcasting, anything from rock shows to student talk shows to events to things like that. It was not only student-run and managed, but also community members volunteered for it as well.
We are here, Paul's here, Jen is here, I'm here because we love this place. Derrick is here, all kinds of volunteers, Joelle and Lynda are here. Some folks get paid, not too many.
And the ones who do get paid, it's as if you don't get paid. Talking about great voices here, you talked about Jan Neflin. Oh yeah, she's got the pipes.
What we have is a radio station that is totally devoted to jazz. One of the last remaining jazz radio stations in the country, as a matter of fact. There's less than 10. We have a few programs during the weekends and things of that nature that are more ethnic programs.
There's a lot of people that like polka music.
We're going to go back a couple of years to Western Massachusetts. The New Grass, here they are to do a tune called
Getting Married Polka. My personal mission is to make somebody's life just a little bit better today, and if it means bringing them some happy, upbeat music and keeping them in touch with the community, then I've accomplished my mission.
Cheerio.
All the guys and women that are here doing this really love the music, and it's incredible because everybody has their own niche, everybody has their own specialty, and they all are literally experts.
I have listened to probably over 5,000 CDs from our library. And what I do is I usually come in about an hour ahead of my show, and I put together the first hour. And then while I'm in here, that's when I put together the next 2 hours. So that's why you see me go across the hall and back across the hall.
We got to hit that bell.
I'm Jan Niffler, you're listening to member-supported Jazz 90.1. We're sure grateful for your friendship and your support, especially this time of year when we patently ask you to support Jazz 90.1.
Oh, the fun drive, it's a fun time. Get to meet people, talk to people.
We don't really like having to do the fund drives 2 times a year and raise money.
Once again, the number 585-966-JAZZ. How do I feel about fundraising? Well, it's a necessary evil. I'm not very good at it.
It's sound bites on member-supported Jazz 90.1. We always like to joke and say, we use both sides of the paper here at Jazz 90.1. The school district does own the radio station, however, they do not support our budget financially.
There are no tax dollars. We are not funded by the Greece School District at all.
So every year we must fundraise every dollar it takes to keep this radio station on the air.
I think our whole budget for the year is $200,000.
Which, in the grand scheme of a radio station, is pennies.
We don't get government dollars, we don't get big grants, we don't get any of that. Literally just on $25, $50, $90 contributions for over 40 years.
We have to capture what worked during that 1 week drive and really take off with it during our campaign, because most of our staff here are all volunteers, community members that come in and volunteer anywhere between 2 and 3 hours a week to as many as 15 to 30 hours a week, depending on what they do for us. And it's really a bare bones budget. It's what it takes to keep the equipment running, the supplies going, anything else that we need contractually with engineering costs and maintenance costs, and music licensing fees are a huge chunk of that. But really, at the end of the day, it costs us about $500 a day to run this place, which is really not a lot. You were listening to member-supported Jazz 90.1. Good evening again, everyone. I am Rob Linton. So glad you're along with us for the ride on another edition of our live studio concert series. Tonight, we are so pleased to welcome in studio Katie Ernst, joined by Dustin Lorenzi and Andrew Green. I have a respect for the folks here and their passion for jazz.
There was nobody who had a more beautiful voice than Perry Como.
The night is young and you're so beautiful. Here among the shadows, beautiful lady. Open your heart.
I love playing people that no one's heard of before or hadn't remembered or forgotten about. I mean, I can't tell you how many times someone will call me up and say, "Oh my God, I haven't heard that person in 30 years or 40 years. Where'd you dig up that recording? Where can I get it?" That's like the best reward I ever get.
Wynton Marsalis actually changed me into a jazz person with one note.
I'm Phil Dodd. I've been with Jazz 90.1 almost 19 years. And Catherine Russell has a new recording called Bring It Back. I've never really been able to play music. I can't sing.
Phil Dodd likes slow music. He likes top 40 done by jazz artists. He likes the tune Turn, Turn, Turn. We've talked to him about that.
And I've played a little bit, a little guitar, a little piano, but I'm not any good, except on CDs.
Would only happen to a guy.
I always said when it comes to slit your wrist type of music, Frank was the absolute best. No one could make you, if you were depressed, no one could make you more depressed than Frank.
So may I say to each of you,
jazz is a very diverse genre. That's why it's so hard to market. It's so hard to sell it.
So if you're at a buffet table, sometimes there's so many different kinds of food at the table, you get overwhelmed. So with jazz, as well as many other different types of music, it's become a niche. So you have jazz music, you have rock music, you have soul music or hip-hop music.
The main difference you see when you come in here is the fact that there's people here on the air live. All the commercial radio stations, basically what you're listening to every day is a computer hard drive playing music. The live aspect of radio just isn't there anymore. When I got here, to see that we had DJs, in some cases live, volunteers 24 hours a day, was unheard of. It was really refreshing. To me, the first thing I thought of, this is how radio's supposed to be.
As corny as it probably sounds, I literally love this music. I've loved it since I was about 6 or 7 years old.
I mean, I've got a couple of people here that can recite just about any historical fact of jazz music you could possibly think of, my music director being one of them.
Before the Civil Rights Movement happened, it happened first with jazz. The first time blacks and whites could actually work together in peace and harmony was with jazz.
Oh, it's a long, long while from May to December.
We've sat here and watched jazz radio stations across the country fold, change formats, get sold. And it's very discouraging because you want to believe that there's still a desire for jazz radio.
I'm a cynical person, so if any crazy politician came in and wanted to try to do away with it, it could be done. Anything can disappear. I believe that nothing lasts forever. So I don't think anything is safe, which is why we try to tell people, look, we need you to continue to support us, because it goes without saying that it'll always be here.
When people who might not have a lot of money, they might be on extremely fixed incomes, they'll call us and say, look, you guys are what we have. You know, I listen every day. I can't afford anything. Here's a $5 pledge. And it's just like, man, you know, this person might be taking the last $5 in their checking account. They might live on such a fixed income that they don't have room for charitable giving at all. And they find that the change in the change jar, they do whatever they can just because they want to support the station.
We're very concerned that, the support needs to be there. And I always say $1 from every one listener would do it.
We tend to hear often from listeners who might be widowed, who the kids are out of the house, their partner, their husband, their wife, or whomever might have passed. They'll tell us that we are a part of their family, that they are with us every day and we are their companion. That is exactly what I want this radio station to be.
For me, retirement would mean volunteering. I'd probably volunteer here. I told Derrick Lucas one time that I expected them to find me in the record library on the floor with my walker, askew, holding on to a CD. I don't intend to leave here ever.